The Haunting and Exorcism of the Gary, Indiana House of Horrors. The home where this story took place is located at 3860 Carolina Street in Gary, Indiana. But many news outlets incorrectly reported it as taking place in Indianapolis, likely due to the city being much more well-known than Gary. In 2011, a single mother named LaToya Ammons moved into the modest two-story rental house with her 3 young children and her own mother, Rosa Campbell. It's unknown how long the family had been living there, but the events which took place were documented between 2011 and 2014, though they began escalating in late 2012. The family soon began reporting strange things happening around the house. During the winter months, swarms of black flies would be seen congregating around the windows, even when it was freezing outside. And mysterious footsteps and growling could often be heard coming from the basement. On occasion, they would see shadowy figures lurking in the corners of their eyes while they were in other rooms. The real trouble started at night when the children would begin acting erratically. Their eyes were reported to roll back in their heads, and they would have convulsions. They would scream, kick, bite, and scratch violently and uncontrollably. At one point, the 7-year-old was reported to have whispered, "Get out, demon, leave me alone," before thrashing about. Throughout these episodes, the kids spoke in deep, unnatural voices and said things that were completely out of character. At one point, the 7-year-old was even reported to have conversed with a boy in the closet who appeared to be invisible. Things get worse. A family friend who was staying over for a sleepover claimed she witnessed the 12-year-old girl levitate above her bed. The youngest son was then thrown across the room by an invisible force. LaToya and her mother reached out to doctors and psychologists for help, but none could come up with a diagnosis or any reasonable explanation for what was happening. They also reached out to several churches, but nothing helped, and medical professionals were completely baffled. LaToya told the press, "My kids are possessed by demons. I don't know what else to do." The children began speaking in Latin and growling like animals. They also recounted gruesome imagery that they couldn't have possibly known, such as blood dripping down the walls and people getting stabbed in the head. Witnesses claimed that the boys threw furniture across the room with inhuman strength. And during a scheduled hospital evaluation, the 9-year-old boy walked backward up a wall. He then flipped over his grandmother, who was sitting in a chair next to him, all without using his hands. This was witnessed by a nurse and a caseworker from the Department of Child Services, or DCS, and was officially recorded in a DCS report. This prompted authorities to step in. The police, social workers, and doctors began investigating the case. And after consulting with a priest, the house was blessed, but nothing changed. As the situation continued to escalate, DCS workers removed the children from the home for their own safety. But the activity didn't stop there. One detective who was investigating the case captured electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, while he was in the basement. When he reviewed the footage later, he could hear whispering, footsteps, and other unexplained sounds. Another person snapped a photo of a ghostly face in the window. After receiving permission from church officials, Father Michael Maginot of St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in nearby Hammond, Indiana, traveled to the home to investigate. After interviewing the family and conducting an investigation of his own, he concluded that there were at least 3 demonic entities in the house, 1 major demon and 2 lesser ones. 2 days after his first visit, he returned to perform an exorcism. He performed a total of 3 exorcisms, 1 minor and 2 major. During the rituals, the mother convulsed and cried out, "Take it, take it, take it." The children spoke again in those same deep, unnatural voices, and various items in the room were reported to move or shake. However, no one was physically harmed. After the final exorcism, the family reported that they finally felt at peace. The family moved out of the house immediately afterward, and it was abandoned for some time. The house changed hands several times, and was eventually purchased by paranormal investigator Zach Baggins, who has since demolished the house. While investigating the home, he claimed that he was attacked and felt physically ill for weeks afterward. His experience was documented in the 2018 film Demon House. After demolishing the home, he stated that he hoped this would put an end to whatever curse it was under. In 2015, the Indianapolis Star published a full investigative article detailing the haunting and exorcism. They interviewed the priests, doctors, DCS workers, and police officers involved in the case. Every single person interviewed confirmed at least one unexplainable event. To this day, despite the demolition of the house, locals claim that the land remains cursed. Some say they hear phantom footsteps, flickering lights, and other strange sounds coming from the property. Some even reported seeing strange figures in the area.